Christmas hit me in the head. Everything's all decorated. So, tonight, guys, I'm on early. I know I do this all the time. See you there, sit here taking selfies of my green antennae. Tonight, what's up in here? We are doing my Santa over here. Now, if you guys seen earlier this week, I did like a pink one. I guess starting to buffer with some foliage like around it, but I went to the Dollar Tree, $1, and got this ornament shape. I didn't have any rounds. Usually I get the rounds off Amazon, but if I'm doing a party, I order them like 3, 10 at a time, 16-inch, 14-inch. But this is, I think, like a little over 12. But you could do this Santa on any shape. I'm actually going to flip it over and show you how I do it with paint and chalk. You chalk it in, I'll show you. It's so easy. I've done this on little ornaments. I've done all different things. You can do it on material, anything. It's pretty simple. Not many colors. I fancied it up a little bit, but there's a lot you don't have to do, and there's a lot you could add. So we're going to be doing that. In the meantime, everybody a few minutes to get on. I'm hoping you guys to come over and join me at the Artsy Rose, and my Rosarians, my Rose chicks and gents. We're over there. I'm going to show you, put the link up here. It's a free group, costs nothing. I'm thinking about making it public, but it seems like sometimes people that come over there want to be there. You just go on over and look around, and you'll see that we do, the chat area is gone, but we still do, we trade cards, ATC, artist trading cards. Every Saturday at 4 o'clock, I do all different things. I'm doing like a lot of art therapy and just paintings and talking. And basically, I encourage people that are just getting back into art or been out of art or just learning about art and are frustrated and want to get like, you know, better and inspired. And that's just what I do. I've been doing art for like 40 years. If you've never met me, my name is Diana. And I started painting online about 5 years ago, teaching. And about 8 years ago, I was painting with a twist, but I painted for like 40 years. In between, I did hair, and I've sold a lot of work and took in a lot of classes, and I just know a lot of stuff. So when I started teaching at painting with a twist, I said, you know, I know a lot of stuff, and I enjoyed teaching, so I'm still doing it. I'm mostly here online. So like I said, come on over, and, you know, now it's 30 days, and they take the videos off, and you got to move them somewhere. Well, I move them over to YouTube. So if you can, go on over to YouTube. I'm Diana Myers 899, or Diana Myers at the Artsy Rose. And make sure you subscribe. I just asked everybody to do that last week, and 10 people went over. So you have to have 50 people to do lives on there. So I have over 50 now, so I'm very happy. I've had stuff on there for years. There's over 130 videos, by the way, that you can watch. Unlisted. The other ones are for my private group, the Inner Circle, or the Garden Palette Inner Circle, which I'm changing around right now. So anyways, I'm going to move this laptop, which has been very precarious. I was doing this, it's a long story. I got hacked a couple weeks ago, like 2-3 weeks ago, and it's been a fiasco. So I'm afraid to even touch my computer right now. Looks like it's all right. We're still up, right? Oops. We're still up. All right. So let me see if I'm on here. Sorry. See if I'm on here. Just around. I put some of the girls' stuff that they made me last year. Up on there. ATC cards. I told them nothing special, just whatever in the box. I threw up. So let me see if I'm on here yet. Should be. I'm hoping I did it right. Sometimes it takes a few minutes to come up. Sometimes it don't. Never know. Let's see. This is page I manage. So, have you guys ever painted on wood? Now, I have done a lot of different things on wood. And I've done even old stuff. Old wood, which is fun. But these that are from the Dollar Tree, no, they're not 100%, but they are smooth. So you can paint on them. Will they last forever? I've got some things that are hanging up. I did like some gnomes and stuff once in the bathroom. And it's held up pretty good. If you're going to put them outside, I think even with like a polyurethane or something, I don't think they're going to hold up that well. But they'd held up pretty good if you do them inside. Okay, so I'm not seeing myself yet. Do it again. Come on, girl. Where is it? Refresh? Let's do refresh. Sometimes refresh works. Well, there's my pictures of me being crazy. You shouldn't leave Diane alone for too long. There I am. There I am. All right, so I got this little thing that I use. It's actually a cupcake holder from the Dollar Tree. I can't get away from that place lately. I usually, I do Michael's. I do all the fancy places. I get a big art store here. I do a lot of big paintings. I do all kinds of fancy stuff, but I teach. So I teach stuff that other people can learn. And I actually enjoy doing stuff like this. I like pretty things. And I like doing this little kid stuff. I'm the oldest of 10 children, so I'm having my childhood now. So, anyways, not that I didn't, but you took a lot of responsibility when you're an older child. We get all kinds of issues, because of it. But anyways, so I'm just going to literally flip this over and start the painting. And I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm going to paint the whole thing, the blue. And then I'm going to dry it with a dryer. Then I'm going to take a piece of chalk, which I can't find, but I do have a chalk pencil. Oop, I think my thing's fallen. Which is one of these. It's basically chalk. Dollar Tree. I've had this thing like forever. Hardly ever use it, but it works really good. And I'm going to show you how I chalk in the shapes. Pretty simple shapes. And it's just fun art, so you just do it the way you want to. Let me turn this around. Like I said, we're going to paint the whole background in a blue. Any kind of blue you want. I kind of mix. I got mostly deco art, but I did a combination of a light blue and a dark blue. This one's stormy and this one's baby blue. But you can do any color you want. You can do stars or not do stars. You can do all kinds of stuff. I expect people to be creative. Like when I gave my classes, or when I give my classes, in person, they're at restaurants and stuff. I expect people to kind of do their own thing, So I'm just going to go on here with a flat brush. I think this one's an angle one. It's a flat brush. I'm going to leave this top out because I kind of ended up decorating that top. You don't have to. This thing's driving me nuts. I'm going to take my antennae off. I'm just going to go right through and just kind of get all this blue on. Now, like I said, this is pretty porous. You might have to go over it again. If you're feeling like it's not covering good, always add a little white, just a little bit. This light blue is covering pretty good, so I'm not worried about it. Now, I just went and penciled in the shapes that I wanted. I didn't have to do the whole background like this. But I find it's a lot easier for everybody if they have just like this chalk. It's almost like a chalkboard. I don't know if you know that, but with acrylic paint, it'll give like a kind of a. There is a recipe. I don't know what it is. I used to know, but you could make like chalkboard paint out of acrylic paints. But basically, when you paint this on this, any kind of wood, especially paper too, it almost has the texture of a chalkboard. And what I do is I just take which you should always have on your table if you got a little table or someplace where you paint, you should have a spray bottle and a piece of chalk, which I do have one piece. I stole out of my granddaughter's little thing. But make sure it's white, her little bucket, because if you use a colored one, which I learned the hard way, it'll mix in with your paint. So make sure it's a piece of white chalk. Or, if you want, get yourself a chalk writer. They can be a little waxy, so don't get carried away. Just do your basic lines with them, but they're fine. I use them. I'll show you what I do, though. They have them different colors. Make sure you get the white. I think I'm not getting enough coverage right here. I think I'm getting low on paint, but I don't want to, use all this yet. I want to kind of use up what I have here first. So now I got all this blue on there. I found this old wrapping paper somebody wrapped in a present last year, and I love it. I love poinsettias, so I've been trying to keep it nice, really kind of beat up, but I just love it. So just for a nice background, Christmassy background, right? We'll be doing some, guys, we're going to be doing some, got all kinds of plans for ornaments. Ornament season, getting close. Next week's Thanksgiving, or a week after, whatever. When is it? Is it the, yeah, it's next week. So just get it on there, nothing fancy. A lot of it's going to be covered up with, you know, your design. So now that we got that on there, we're going to need to dry it. Now, if you're into mixed media, there's a lot you can do with this. You got stencils, you could stencil on the hat with different designs, you know. You could take, if you got different papers, rip it up and use it on the hat. You could use sparkles. And like I said, the one I did in I was going to bring it in the front door. I'm into pink. I have a pink Christmas tree. I do. And I like lots of stuff pink. I had a few, I used to teach ceramic painting, and I got stuck with like 3 trucks. Maybe one of my granddaughter, but I had 2. I had one that's not painted still, but the other one I did pink. It came out so cute. I did the tree like a lime green. I covered it up with snow and silver paint. Oh, it came out so cute. So it matches my stuff out there. All my pink stuff. Alright, so get this dry. I like pink. So you could do it in pink too. Whatever you want. Alright, so now I got my chalk writer. Or my chalk. Turn this around. I'll give you the basics on how to set this up. So you're going to go, whether it's surround or this, the widest part, and you're basically going to make a rectangle. This is how I'm starting it. Then across from it is where this is going to end. So I'm going to make just kind of a wonky rectangle. And right across from that is where this thing, this hat, is going to end. So I'm going to go like this so that I know that I'm going to bring this over and make a hook. Now, it's not going to be the same. It never is, but that's okay. And then you want to make a face. So I just kind of bring this in like a C, make a hook for the nose, bring it down, there's nothing else. And then I kind of make a sideburn, a mustache. Got that? And then you're just going to kind of roughly go like this. This is going to be whatever you want it to be. So now you got a Santa. Now I might bring this up a little bit more, but that's okay. I can just kind of make some lines. So now you get the indication. Now you could do a star here, or you could just, on the one I did on the front, I just did like little speckles so that it looked like a pom-pom. But you could, if you're going to do a star, if you know how to do the star this way, everybody does it different, but just do it like that, then you can fill it in. Now, there you go. Got yourself the basic, without a tracer. You made your own tracer of your Santa. And I'm going to show you what to do next. Wasn't that fun? Now you can even do the hat gold. That would be fun. I also went on the top and I made like these little ripples at the top. I just went like that. All right, so we're done with it. So now you're gonna get yourself a pretty good sized brush. You want a flat brush, only because, I mean, you could do small brushes, but the problem is that you get little tiny lines, which is, if you like a lot of texture, that's good. If you want it a little smoother, you need to use a flatter, larger brush. Whatever you got will be fine, but that would be better. If you do it with a small one, you can go back over You know, if you get nervous and you got to stay, you know, somebody who's like just got to have it perfectly on the line everywhere, all over, then you can do that too, and then smooth it in later with your big brush. Like, I mean, like this. Here you get your red, and you want this like perfect. You can do this. Doesn't really matter if you go over, because you can always adjust, because luckily acrylic paint dries so fast. See what I mean? And then you can go with your big brush, fill it all in. Makes you feel more comfortable. It is easier. Sometimes some things I have to do it this way, because it's like, some days there's a little too much coffee in me. That happens, right? I need a lot more red, I need. So I hope you guys, if anybody does this, put it right on my page. I would love to see it. Everybody likes to see everybody's work. We always post all our work in our chat group and in our Artsy Rose group shop. So I'm going to kind of just peek this in. Get into this is like pretty. These kind of absorb. You'll find that the wood is a lot different than like a canvas, and they all absorb funny. Now this side is like the odd side, I think, although they both seem the same. But they're usually pretty smooth. I don't get any like pieces of wood coming out, you know. You're gonna probably, with this red is kind of transparent. So I'm gonna let it dry a second. After I get it on, I'm gonna come back and do it again. Then I took a palette knife and I did the gold part, but you could just use a credit card or not at all, or just do the, you know, the end of your brush and make little dots. Or like I said, if you got any kind of like, if you're into collage, you got collage paper, something pretty Christmassy, that would work too. If you got stamps would be cool. You know, if you got little snowflake stamps or stencils or anything like that, you could really, really make this hat super cool. Super cool. This brush is drying out. Where'd I get this? A different brush. I haven't used this in a while. I hope it's good. Well, it's a good one. When I do my big paintings, I use big brushes. Big paintings, big brushes. Little paintings, little brushes, right? That's the way it works. I teach more of that kind of advanced stuff in my membership, which I was going to open 3 or 4 times this year, and between the Facebook stuff and the YouTube stuff, and it's a long story, but I'm just going to have to finish a lot of it up after Christmas. Right now it's Christmas stuff, right? So there you go. I'm going to let that dry a second. And while that's drying, I'm going to start the hat. And then the beard. And we'll do his face too. So I got a medium round brush. Medium. Now this is actually a Deco art brush. And I'm not one who like knows every size of every brush, and I switch around a lot. I tend to use Arteza brushes, which is what I have a lot of. And my oil painting, I use different brushes. My watercolor, different brushes, because water brushes hold a lot of water. They're moppy. They're supposed to hold water. It's all about moving the water around. But I was putting together kits a couple years ago, and I ordered a good deal on, this is really a mess, I know it, Deco Art. And these are nice brushes. So if you're looking to get some brushes when you're out buying your paint at Michael's or something, they carry Deco Art. This is a Deco Art, and I think it's a number 5. I think it's a 5. But their brush is nice. But this particular brush, I use a lot. And it's a Deco Art brush. And it's just right. Not too wet, not too dry. It comes to a perfect little point. A good round brush will come to a point. So if you want a nice line, you can roll it in the paint. You'll get this nice little tip. Just to let you know that. Little art tip there. So this is a Deco Art, and they're pretty decent brushes. So, and they're not real super pricey. I guess people would only buy real expensive brushes. Well, it's not always necessary, you know. As long as it does what it's supposed to do, it does what you want. No one's going to know you used the number 3 Dollar Tree brush or whatever. No one's going to know. Because you're not going to tell them, are you? I probably would, but you know. So now I just want, basically what I want to do is I just want to cover this up. I'm not looking to do anything fancy right now. I just want to block all this in. They call blocking in. That's what I call it, blocking in. Get all your paint on here first, and then we can detail. You always usually go dark to light, but you always just block in the color first, and then you detail. I always say 3 layers. You do your first layers where you just block in, get the basic shapes and composition done. It's, you know, all this stuff is your composition and your basic shapes. That's your first part. And then your second part is, you know, kind of doing the details. And your third part, you finish. You step back, you look, make sure you don't want to add nothing else. Now I'm leaving a little, see I'm leaving a little dark area right there? I'm leaving that there. The reason I'm leaving that there is so that there's a separation in the hat. We will mess with that in a bit. So now you could take your brush strokes if you want, like I kind of did a little circular here, to make it look like, while it's wet, make it look kind of, you know, fluffy. See what I did? Now in this part, I did kind of the same thing. I bring it down like this, and I'm going to kind of start flicking these out. You just put the brush down, and you flick out. Flick out. I'm not going to worry about that mustache for a minute. I'll show you what we're going to do to that. Mustaches are big now, all that stuff. My husband always had one. He had no top lip. First time I seen him without mustache, he says, you're good, you're growing that back. And he was young, he didn't have much of one, but it looked so much better. I think facial hair and haircuts for men are just the same as they are for women. Some things look better, like that bald thing. Men that shave it all off. And I know they have no hair, but some people need to just get a nice hat. You know, some actually look good with a little hair on the side. So it really depends. Not everybody looks good in that bald crap. Some people have scars too, you know. That's my personal opinion. I was a hairdresser, and I think there's a lot of people that just don't have the right kind of head. And they're not bikers, you know. And they're not Tully Savalas. Anybody remember him? All right, so that's basically, you got that mostly blocked in. Now on the face part, you got the 2 colors you need. You're going to add red and you're going to add white. And if you want a little more of a flesh tone, just a touch of yellow. Touch of yellow will give you that look. See, I got the white. Sorry, this is a mess, but that's the way it is when you're an artist. And you get yourself a nice pink. A little too dark. I want it lighter. All right, then I'm just going to take just a couple lashes. It gives you much more normal looking flesh tone. Almost like a doll color, doll facial color. Just that little bit of yellow. And then I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to just, I didn't put the, oh, we can put it in after. I should have made a little black for the eyebrow. It's got a bushy eyebrow, but we can do that after. I'm going to come in here and block this in too. If you're out there, come on down. Let us know where you're from. If you're going to paint this, you think. If you've seen me on YouTube. If you're in my group, let me know. Say hey. That's how I get paid, when people talk and visit and jingle and share and all that good stuff. All right, so now I got the face in there. Now I'm going to take this mustache, and I'm going to use the same brush. I gotta fix my thing, see if anybody's on yet. Hey, Kat. Oh, thanks for the tip. You have one of these two, these bulbs? We did get some, and it's gone now, but it's god awful cold. Oh, wait a minute, it went up to 40 today, but actually, it's going to be the nicest week we've had in a while. We had snow already. We had a lot of snow one day. I hired a snow guy, so I'm not doing this again. But at the end of the week, I think it's going to get snow again. But it depends on where you are, because my daughter's up north, you know, up near the lake. and they pretty much have snowpack the whole winter. You know, they very rarely get a melty day. But right now we're in a kind of a melt. It's like 40 degrees out this morning. So the sun was out, but I'm not sure if we're going to have any. That's the big thing. I don't care how much sun we get. If I don't get sun, I'm so depressed. I got me one of those lights. I think it's helping. I slept like 9 hours last night, 2 nights in a row. I got one of those lights. It's a sad disorder thing there. A lot of people up here get it. There's just, it's not even the snow. There's no sun, you know. We're like in a valley. But no, we haven't had any snow this week, but we did. And I'm thinking the end of the week we're going to get more. I'll let you know, Kat. All right, so now with this mustache, I'm going to take, actually, you know something? I'm going to get even a smaller brush. Really tiny brush. I got one they call a rigger. It has long, it's thin, but it has long hair, so it really could flick and make really long, skinny strokes. And I'm going to go like this. Kind of how a mustache would grow. Now you don't have to get this fancy. You can just kind of put it in there. And I'm going to give it a little curl right here. And I'm going to bring this out a little bit. So now I got myself a pretty decent mustache. I'm going to go around with this little brush and kind of make some little details now. And then make some circles up here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that dark blue, just a tiny bit, and I'm going to kind of highlight this thing right here. And I'm actually going to stroke in some of this blue. And you're saying, why would you do that? Well, because the contrast of the colors is what makes the hair look like hair. So without a few dark ones in there, it just looks like a big white blob. And if you don't do some strokes, it'll look just like a blob. So you don't want that. And I'll mix white and black together and make a really light gray. Just a tiny bit. You don't use a lot. Get it pretty light. There's some black and white. Get it pretty light. And this will give you a nice contrast because I'm going to let this dry and I'm going to go back and I'm going to do a lot of this again. But I got to let it dry because now it's kind of mixing in, which is what you would use for shading. But all I want right now is just a few in there to give me something I can work with. All right. So now I forgot to put a block in the eyebrow. So I'm going to make a little rectangle right here. Just a little one. Like that. All right, let's try this a minute. We'll do the eye and the star. And we'll come back and do some of this red. We might do the red first. I think we'll do it first. So this is going to give us a nice contrast. Like I said, you don't have to do all this, but that's what I do. I give you tips about ways you can do things to make them better. Nice hot dryer makes it work quicker. You have a guy dryer, it doesn't take long to dry. Just take like a piece of paper and go like this. It'll dry. Alright. So now I'm going to get some more red. Give me a big brush again. And you know, I want that one. I want the other. I want a flatter, but I want like a flat brush. So this is a flat brush, but it's an angled flat. Just like what it means, flat. Flat brush. Flat, flat, flat. Square, flat. So let me get some red. Oh, out of red again. Some more red. Woo! Crap. I got a rug here. This poor rug I bought. A good thing I bought it. It's the best thing I ever did. It's like a rubber, it's kind of fabric on the top and rubber backed, and I use it for, you know, to put underneath so I don't get everything all paint. Well, I'll tell you, it's the best thing. It folds too, but I can take it out, pull it out, take it outside and hose it down. Now, it is not perfect, but it doesn't gotta be because it's gonna get packed out. Oh, I got a big old slap of white paint on there right in the middle, but now it's all christened and good. It looks all like, you know, professional. So I'm just going to put some more red on this, because that red, some colors just are more transparent, depending on what they're using them for and what the concentration is. This is good paint, so it's just the way it is. And this board is wood and it's super absorbent, so it's going to grab the paint. If it wasn't, if they hadn't sanded this down, you could sand this a little bit more if you wanted to, but I wouldn't bother. It would be a little more absorbent, so, or it wouldn't be absorbent. So it's a good thing that it's sanded down pretty good, you can tell. But they're not quality, but this is something that's fun, This would make a great gift too, really. People say, oh, I don't know, something. My mother told me this. And then many other people, a few other people since it, but mostly my mother. So you get that syndrome where you don't think you're good enough and all that. And sometimes I still do, most artists do. And she said, something, Diana, you have to realize something. That and my client, Kay Ray, she was blind, she went blind, said, Diana, there's people in this world that cannot do what you do. And they appreciate the art and they will buy it. And that's the thing, is you have to realize that not everybody can do what you do the way you do it. I felt guilty about going on here and doing my art online and kind of thinking, there's people better than me and this and that. The thing is nobody does art like you do art. You do it your way. So people appreciate that and will buy your art or your little things you make or whatever it might be, because nobody does it like you. And there's a lot of people who can't do it at all. My mother is like, to her, I could just like take a throw pill and throw it on the couch. She's like, I don't know how you do it, Diana. Where did you come from? She was convinced I just wasn't from another planet or something, but because she wasn't like that. Did I freeze? Hey, Tammy. Yeah, it's been, I don't know. I've been here a year and a half, and I have had this problem recently. But we've had a lot of new trailers, brand new trailers, as they're redoing this whole park. And there was a kid that moved across the street with she's elderly lady. She moved here like 5 years ago from New York. She had a trailer too. And I'm thinking maybe there's a lot more people on it. And in my old house, because the house was old, I end up having to get those amplifiers, but I'm really not sure if that's what it is, And we've had some crazy storms, but it's not storming tonight, so I don't know. Because, there's all this stuff going around about the satellites are picking up a lot of static from the sun. It's been having, what do we call those, whatever those things are. They're having a lot more of them. So that's a thought too. But this just seems to be lately, and I thought it was it's something going on here. I don't know what it is. But there could be a storm somewhere 3 hours from here. I don't know. But it's been an ongoing thing, so yeah. All right, let's see. Just hang on, it should be all right. I got kicked off twice one day. Oh, God, what a nightmare. Then my company calls me, so it's all right now. So I think something that day that was off, which is the longest I've ever been off without any kind of cable or whatever, not cable, whatever it is I have, Wi-Fi. Because it was off last week an hour and a half, and I got shown off the day before. And when I'm doing the class, I got a message, they texted me right afterwards, and they said, it's okay now. I'm like, well, I got thrown off twice. I'm not going back on now, So that was, I don't know if it was related to, I don't know. I just don't know. All right, so a little extra red on there. And I'm going to take that small, tiny little brush, or you could use a Posca pen, get a black pen. If you're not real good, if you're real worried about, and I am going to make like that. Like a sideways bird. And then I'm going to wipe that off really good. I'll go back into my dark blue. And I'm going to make a little circle in there. Fill it in. Then I'm going to take just this tiniest small brush for this of a white. Just give it a dot. That's it. Then I'm going to take some black. This nose is kind of mixed up. Let me kind of adjust the nose a little bit. Basically with the nose, all you want to do, I'll get some more blue on here. All you want to do is go in like that and then up like this. You get yourself a nose. Gotta be perfect. That's it. And then you're going to highlight that nose with some black. It just looks better. I tried. You can do it. You don't have to, but I just think it looks better. So I always do the nose like this. All right. So now let's mess with that beard. I got that round Deco Art brush. Nice round brush, medium round. And I'm just going to go into Snow White here, and I'm just going to kind of make some little twirly marks, twirlies. It just makes it look kind of, I don't know, just kind of like fluffy. Kind of thick. I'm really like dipping right into it. It's really kind of thick. And I'm leaving this blue part kind of there so I can see the separation. And I'm leaving some of the light parts and dark parts in. Kind of making some little swirls here too. Flick it out. You can kind of make a little more of a V there, I think. So just play with it. Then I'm going to go over this with my tiny brush too and kind of go around the edges with my small brush and do little detailing marks like this. Make it more wispy. This is like one of my most favorite Christmas things to do, you know, this and those little, I did this, which I think I'm going to do again, these little like manger scenes on the, I did them on wood squares, but I think I'm going to do them on, I just ordered a bunch of rounds. We're going to be doing ornaments, and I just love that I do them with a palette knife. They come out so awesome. I had sold a bunch of them too. They're easy to do. It's just a little Mary and the baby in the manger and a little like, I have to show you. I think there's a video out there somewhere. I love doing this vintage Santa though. You will find as the years go by that you're going to have things that you just love to do. And you will repeat yourself. And you'll see a lot of famous artists. They go in their studio and they got obsessions too. Sometimes I find hundreds, literally not hundreds, but good many. I forget what artist was, and I had this one painting that just found so many of them. He just was hooked on this one. Just something he was trying to make perfect. I think we all do that. Just an artist thing. Could be ADHD too, but you know, a little autism there or something. I don't know. Got the tism. So my granddaughter has it. She calls it the tism. I got the tism. Not bad, just slightly. All right. Picked up a little black, but that's okay. A little bigger. Now, I'm going to do this star right here. You don't have to do a star, like I said. You could do nothing. Or you could do a little pom-pom. A little circle is fine. I just did a little star to get this started. Fill it in. Got the tism. Kind of take this red and kind of, let's hook this up a little bit. Am I out of red again? This red is kind of funky red. Now take the end of your brush, you're going to make your stars. Just come on in, and just come in here and make yourself, whoop. I'm going to make it a little better than that. Some stars. Getting a little sticky. Sometimes I get too much buildup on the brush, on the end of these brushes, and then the paint gets sticky. And it don't do right. I'm going to make that yellow and gold, it's just a base coat. I find that it covers better if it's, you know, got a little base to it. Got that one a little too close. This red just is not moving. So a little bit more here. Well, I guess I'm going to get more red out. You always get too much out when I don't want it. Let's see. Just want to kind of curve this up a little bit. See, now this chalk, once it's dry, it'll erase. Now you could fill it in or not fill it in, but it'll erase. You just wet it. Use a little sponge or just your finger and your tongue, you know, whatever you want to use. All right, so just kind of fill this in a little bit. I'm not crazy about this too. Let me, a little red in there, but that's okay, it works. Let me give this a few little swirly cues here. A few more little swirly cues. Does that look more like fluffy? Now I'm going to take my palette knife. I have one out already, didn't I? Right here. Big palette knife. What's that in here? And you guys going to try doing this? I hope so. As I said, I think it's so easy to do. Hello, hello. Let me see if you guys are up on my laptop. Oh, you have the wood bulbs too? You have, yeah, you told me that. All right, so now I got some of the gold, which I don't know who it is. It's their extreme sheen. Any kind of gold will work. I got the thick stuff too, which I use for different things. Now Saturday, I'm not sure. I got a whole bunch of stuff we're going to be doing. I got those little trees on the boxes. I got that girl Santa with the hat, snowman, or the snowman, not Santa. I got, well, we got the therapy stuff. I got a bunch of stuff I was working on today. We're going to do it, and I'm still working on what we're going to do for ornaments, which I don't think will be till next week. So I'm not sure exactly what we're doing Saturday. So I'm just kind of slicing through this gold, slice through it on the side. Now, if you've got a credit card, that'll work too. Or a spoon or a knife too. I've done that too. And I'm just kind of making these random, kind of just skim, let them skim on. Just kind of let the paint, just put it in the side, just kind of smooth it in. Just rock it. I call it rock it. Just kind of rock it. A little bit hard on this. This is so small. Got a lot on here, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna take the tip too, and I kind of can fill it in and can put in some shapes and designs with the edges of your whatever you're using. Also, for a while there, I was using that Wendy's plastic knives. It's got a little corrugated edge on it, and you can make these like really cool little like marks with it. Scratch it in like a comb. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? So stupid, because like I went back to find, I bought the whole thing of plastic knives. None of them had that edge like that, but the Wendy's knives have it. It's here somewhere. I think I still got it. I found it one day. I was like, there it is. So see what you do, you just kind of get it on there and just mess with it a little bit. Just the tip of this, just kind of mess with it. Gives a really strange, funky, cool look, I think. But you can do the same thing with a credit card, like I said. Or you can just kind of stipple on some gold. Where is that? I still got it. Well, it's gone now, but I got a lot of brushes. I got rid of a lot, and I got a lot silver in this thing over here. Then I have a lot for the classes. I got a whole bucket. I had enough sets for like 100 people. 3 different types. And then I have small ones too. So that's looking pretty cool, huh? So then what I did was I did the top of that just in stripes. You don't have to, but I'm gonna. Oh, you gotta make a little design first too. Isn't it pretty? Just pretty. I just love this vintage Santa. I just love it. So I'm gonna take a small brush again, and I am going to, where is it? My little brush. I'm going to take some white and I'm going to just fill that in. Did I do white or gold? I don't remember. I think I did both. I did white and then gold. There you go. I'm just going to make it a scalloped edge, I guess. I didn't take this off because I figure if I decide to do a ribbon, which I'm debating, I could, you know, leave that on there just to hang it somewhere. I don't know where. Or this could be somebody's going to get it, one or the other. It's going in a bucket. If not, somebody will get it eventually, or it'll be donated. That's what I do. I do a little gold. Can't keep them all. If it's ugly, you know I paint over it. I'm just saying ugly. That's good for palette knifing. You guys see that one I had there I sold 5 years ago? I still don't know where it is. You're supposed to keep track where they go. I don't know. But they sold it at that place I sell it. Well, they closed, but I gotta find a new place. They sold some of my paintings. And she was supposed to keep track. Well, she didn't. And what's sad about it is I was thinking about going back and getting it. I didn't really want to sell it. You have to learn to let go of this stuff, but I think about that painting all the time, which is funny because, you know, I told you I start painting small, give myself ideas, and I started that painting. I have the small one. It's actually right now it's in my front room. It's about this big, and I framed it. It's really nice. I framed it nice, and yeah. So I have the small one. So if they ever need evidence, I have the small one. So I just did this like different colors, you know, like a Christmas bulb, you know. Yeah, you gotta learn to let go sometimes. I'm getting real good at it. Yeah. Okay, I think I just lost my signal on my thing here again. It's funny, either get a lot of people on here on Thursday nights is, you know, open Facebook, so sometimes they don't. Last time I was on here, I got quite a few. I am so excited about YouTube. I haven't been over to try it yet, but the big thing was I can only do on the laptop, or only on a laptop. Like, it's hard to do. I tried it before. I duct taped this and that, and I bought a special webcam. I bought the extra one so I could flip it and duct tape. I just forget it. Can't. So I ended up just doing, I'll only do like, you know, where I'm just talking, you know, I'm doing some kind of education thing where I'm just talking, no painting, and that was fine. But I did where I painted on the big easel, but it was really hard to see what I was doing because I went back and watched this. I don't know how anybody could see anything. So the big thing about having that, now I'm not sure about, the one thing I'm not sure about is if I can only do it on the phone, will I be able to do what I'm doing now? So I won't know until I get over there. I'm gonna take in, you know, take a little time one day and go over there and mess around with it. So yeah, but I think that's their way of making sure you're serious, you know. I know I'm interested. I was looking at school. That's what I was excited about. But now I'm thinking maybe Patreon, just for an alternate. If anything happens, I got another place to go besides YouTube. So, same thing. I got to kind of check it out. I joined a gardening site over there, so I've been checking out how they do it. I want to join with an artist to see how she does what she's doing. Prices are pretty good. So what's nice about it is I wouldn't have to do lives. It's kind of like YouTube. I could just put the classes in there, and you could scale up if you want to do a cheaper class. Like I joined one for $2.50 a month. I just took it out, and it's just all you get is like all the posts. Now, if I want to do the videos, it's like $7. If I want to do a more advanced, other ones they do a straight up ridiculous fee, like $149. But you can do different levels, and I like that. You know, so you get different types of people, and you're not making a big investment if you don't like it. You know, so. Shiny. So right now I'm looking at Patreon. When I'm doing it, I don't know. Right now I'm working on my big project after Christmas, and right now it's going to be working on that other group because I'm changing the group. and messing around with it, so, you know, still be advanced. But that one's all tracers. It used to be something else, but I'll have some more advanced stuff in there too, and the tracers. And then I'll invite everybody in and see who wants to get in. And everything else will be YouTube in the meantime. So I just put 2 more over there this week, by the way. So from last month, I put mostly the monthly ones. Well, that's what you would do. And then I got the other side. See how they're both different? They're not the same. And I got to do the star too. I haven't done the star yet. But they're both cute. See, this one, I was concentrating and not talking. When I'm talking, yeah, it's okay. All right, so let me fix this star. So yeah, you could do, like I got this stuff I used in those kits they made, those snowman kits. I get this stuff. You could even put that like right there. Would be a cool little piece of it. You could do a pom-pom. You could do a button. You can get some of those dollar store, you know, like you guys have been sending me, maybe like one of those little candy cane things. You could do a lot of stuff. Like I said, you could use material or stamps up here, or even like these snow stencils, snowflake stencils. And I gotta tell you, I got them right here. I did the Christmas in July with essential stencils, and I haven't ordered anything. It's just been too much going on. But they're adorable, and they're still on there. And I'm going to make some ornaments out of them, and I'm not sure what they are. What do they call those? Nutcrackers are big now, which you guys know. Which I like. I got the pink one I did last year. She's up on my wall right here. Anyways, I never did do a class with her, but she's right here. I don't know if you can see her. Let's see where she is. That's her. See her? Is she pretty? But I wanted her because she's pink. So I was going to put it next to my tree, but I've been too lazy. I just left it up there. Anyways, here they are right here. I painted that yellow, so now it looks like a star. Here is these two. They're really pretty. Can you see them? They're they're gorgeous. So the smaller ones, I'm going to make into ornaments. And this one has, I think I'm going to do like a front room scene. It has like, you know, the tree and the chair. I just love their stuff. I mean, I love it. I mean, I think it's art. So it's not, but yeah, it's art. And then this too, some ornaments out of this or something. I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking ornaments. But I've been messing around with this too. So you have to see all of the other stuff going on with the, you know, with my business part. Sometimes just sitting down to do my art, I spent most of the morning coming up with stuff, and there was like one day last week I had time. I had doctor's appointments. What's today? Friday? Yesterday. Then I got 2 tomorrow, and then, you know, I got 1 for my feet again in December, and I got every month, it seems like. I had a couple months off. So they were trying to schedule an appointment like in September. I said, no, I get 2 months off. You know, but you got to do it because you want to feel good, you know. I liked having my feet done. No one's ever done my feet once in a great while. I never went anywhere because I had 20 clients got infections in their feet, and I said, I ain't going nowhere in those places. All those dirty people, I ain't going to do my feet. And some of those funguses never go away. You can vinegar, you can get medication, they just don't go away. So I always did my own, you know, my kids did it for me. I had a friend that would do them once in a while. So anyways, I got my feet done by a podiatrist, and he did a pretty good job. And he was cute too, so they helped, you know. So I had fun. And I hadn't been down that part of Baldwinsville in like 100 years, and I found some cute stuff over there. So now I want to go back down into the village. It's like a little river there. My brother owns a restaurant now. He has got a plaza too. He's a dry cleaner. You know, he does valet service. They picks it up, drops it off. Little nice area down there, but I don't go that way, you know. But that's where a podiatrist was. So I went down there, and I found this cute little dollar store. And then there's a little diner I used to go with my husband. God, like 150 years ago, Beeville Diner. So I'll be going down there more often. Isn't that cute? So you guys, I will see you Saturday. And I'm tossed up between doing those little fancy trees like I did those wreaths. Like I did these last year. These are kind of plain. But I'm thinking I want to do them like that more. Like really pretty colors. Or we could do, which I don't have a picture of it. I have the stencil. The picture of the snowman is in our group in the guides. But it's not the pretty, because I do a flower on it. I do a pretty green and stuff. It looks totally different. I'll post it when I find it. I do have it. But I might say that for next week because that's a nice big project. So I'm thinking maybe a smaller project. And I just put one in there for my group for next week. No. What's today? Friday? Today's Thursday. I don't know, my group next week or this week. I don't remember, but I did this painting like this. I did this, is it tomorrow? Or is it next Friday? I gotta look. Do I got it up here? I should have it up here somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, it's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we do a class. I couldn't remember. Oh, God. So tomorrow night we're doing that one. And then I have another one that's really cute, which I'm not going to show you, but I got the tracer made already because it's so cute. So I got that ready for 2 weeks. So I've been busy doing art. All right, guys, so I will see you guys later. Hey, Joe Ellen. So I will see you guys Saturday. Have a great night, and I hope inspiration finds you wherever you go. And if anybody watches this, make sure you put hashtag rewatch so I can tell what you like and that you're watching it. And in the meantime, make art. Make lots and lots of art, guys. See you later. Thank you for coming. Bye.